Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Echoes of Legacy. I hope you're having a great day. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome back to episode 24. Last time, our heroes, they got their what we are calling the Nova Divider, correct, Christian? Yes. The Nova Divider. They got their ship, allowing them to traverse Novum with ease. And they made their way to the Godswood to find Lady Tiamat and ask her for help. They got some help. They got some good advice, some maybe suspect advice. All the while, Betty had gotten, not Betty, Rhea had gotten a shiny new sword.
Betty got a sword.
Who?
Betty got a sword.
I was sent a weapon.
You were sent a weapon, a very shiny, no risks involved weapon.
None.
None, not at all.
None.
And after securing possibly some help with Lady Tiamat, they made their way to the Whispering Mountains to meet up with their friends who had discovered the mech Colossus beneath the mountain. And we're going to pick up right where we left off. As you enter this large hall, you see this massive metal shape in front of all of you. You see it before you. What do?
Sob, salivate, life,
Foam at the mouth.
foam at the mouth,
Drop to my knees in
down to
prayer.
my knees and being like, "What have I done to deserve such a blessing?" There's a list of things that Jeane is doing right now. He's just like, he's looking for a way in. He's looking for anything to get him inside of this robot.
Okay.
Nothing will deter him from finding it.
Nothing will stop him.
No puzzle, no anything.
Make me an insight check, my friend.
Sure. And I will use several rerolls if I have to get this goddamn roll.
That's what we were saving all the Fabula points for.
Right. The power of friendship will get us into this mech.
To get away from the weeping angel and to find my way into this robot.
Mm-hmm.
That's 12. Okay, that's 12.
12?
Yeah.
As you're looking at this massive Colossus of metal before you, you're looking around and you see there's a bunch of antiquated kind of machinery on this walkway. And you can see as you've gotten closer to the mech, there is more like, you see other kind of like walkways like built into the side of the mountain to the side of this, where you see some of the machinery is hooked up. Mm-hmm. And as you're kind of like looking around, you don't see a way into this thing yet. From at least from down here, but you can see there are some catwalks and some walkways above you, some stairways leading up. And you do see there's a terminal, probably the closest one to you, that looks like it's pretty dusty and pretty old, like it hasn't been touched in a very, very long time. And there is a lot of runes on it that are dark as well. And that is what you see with that initial 12.
Gonna immediately go towards that console.
Mm-hmm.
And just wiping dust everywhere, without a care in the world. Get out of the way. Get it. Please. And he's just gonna try to see if he can turn this thing on.
Sure.
See what this is or anything.
Absolutely.
Also, just for reference, is it are we talking, for me to geek out, are we talking like Voltron, we're talking Megazord, we're talking Jaeger, what kind of like,
we're talking like as far as like appearance goes and like size comparison, think either a Jaeger or the mech from Legend of Korra season 3.
Yeah.
The earthbending like mech. Like that's like the size and kind of the appearance. Like not super like not like Gundam where it's got like kind of all of those like sharp colors and shapes and everything like that. Kind of a more rounded, like think like Iron Colossus.
Yeah.
It's still stories tall. But that's kind of the visual as far as it's dark right now. Like the entire machine is shut down.
Gotcha.
And while Jeane is hurriedly brushing off this console and like geeking out, what are the rest of you all doing?
I mean, I'm just happy. There's no other mechs. This one's obviously going to Jeane. Like, who else deserves the mech?
Do you ever just like watch someone live out their dream in reality, and you realize that nothing's going to be better. Nothing's going to top this.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
it.
This is it.
I want to see him pilot that thing so bad. Does he? Oh, I was gonna say, does it look like there's anything that we can, like, is it like, does it have like the structures around it? Or are we gonna need to like help him, give him a little boost to get him to
Boost him
go?
up
Or
the side.
Boost me up.
no, not Jeane, but like the rope. Like, is it in like a? Is there outside stuff that's gonna have to have? Like, do we need to like
is
push the
it like
buttons to disconnect it or something?
Yeah, is there like a hanger that needs to be
Yeah.
opened or something? So
So you would kind of, as you're inquiring about this, Jeane, at the console, as you press one of these buttons, you'd see there's kind of a hum of energy that seems to pulse through this entire place. As some lights came on when you came in, but this pulse kind of runs through this whole place. And we would see, or you begin to hear kind of this puttering noise off to the left. As you see, it's like about maybe volleyball size silver orb with a blue kind of looks like eye in the center of it that comes kind of puttering over in front of the mech. And you'd see it kind of pivots and like in turn like looks to all of three of you, and basically kind of sits there puttering in the air.
How high up in the air is it? Is it like at our feet, or is it like
I'd say it's at eye level.
Jeane,
Jeane?
you okay, buddy?
yeah, this is Christian's reaction to fucking anything. Anytime I see an orb of some kind next to an ancient machine, I'm like, fucking goddamn 343 spark. No, don't do this to me.
Should I touch it?
I was gonna
Should I
touch it if you weren't gonna touch it.
Can I
So.
touch it, Jeane? Or do you want to touch it?
Is it floating or is it trying to put? Is it trying?
It's just kind of floating in the air.
Hello? I'm gonna run, like walk up to it. Hello?
You see it kind of like the eye has kind of like, because it's so bright, kind of has this bit of a like a almost cone of light as it very clearly turns it to face you and goes, hello.
Hello.
It's friendly.
Designation?
Designation. Identify yourself.
My name is Jeane. I am the one who opened the door just now and activated the console.
And who are you?
Another worlder looking for a chance to check out this giant robot.
Elaborate.
I come from a different world, and I am a massive fan of giant robots, and I wish to use this giant robot to fight evildoers.
To fight evil? Which evil?
Its name is Valerian.
The Voidwalkers return.
Out of character. Do we know who those are? I'm gonna look back. I'm gonna look back at our other two.
I walked into the
companions.
void once.
What's a void walker?
And you see the orb kind of pulses with energy, and these little like crystals that are built into the railways begin to project these kind of arcane images on either side. And you would see there's about like right now there is like 4 or 5 of these images, kind of like two on one side, 3 on the other, and you would see these large, what looks like easily the size of the mech. These like they have slick black skin, almost think Mudos from Godzilla, that kind of insectoid, like large, like almost praying mantis like front legs, short back legs, these large mouths, and you can see them just like raising a kingdom as they have like kind of this blue purple like veins that run across their body as they attack. These are Voidwalkers.
Oh. And you said they're as big as the robot?
Like comparison size, like when you're looking at these images, you see like this thing is attacking a kingdom, and it's like towering above the kingdom. like raising the kingdom.
No, nothing that disturbing, but still world ending.
Mm.
In a more flashy yet not chaotic style.
And what is this evil you face?
Their name is Valerian, and their family quarrel has destined, it seems, to end existence on this planet and this planet in general.
This planet is meant to be the holding cell for the Colossus.
Holding
That is
cell?
troubling. Yes, the Colossus was sent here many, many years ago to be protected, kept safe.
From the void walkers?
Yes, and those who would wish to use its power for evil.
Well, I can assure you that is not us. In fact, we would like to use it for the opposite, to peacekeep, to make sure this world keeps existing.
That will be up to the trials to decide.
Not more trials.
What?
Yeah.
You have already undergone trials.
Yeah, and
Some
we passed them with flying colors, so we don't need more trials because we already passed them.
I have no memory of you undergoing the trials.
Oh, not these trials specifically.
Hmm.
Do you have a name?
The Watcher.
The Watcher. When we designate you, do you want just the whole title, or just can we just say Watcher?
My creator used to just call me Watch.
Okay. Do you mind if we call you Watch?
That is acceptable. And who are your compatriots?
Like, look back at my compatriots. Guys, introduce yourselves to the cool robot that controls a robot.
Hi, I'm Val.
Val.
hello, watch. My name is Peter Morgan.
Peter Morgan.
Hi, Watch. I'm Rhea.
Rhea. Why does Peter Morgan have two names and the rest of you have one?
I just felt like it was more proper to tell you the full thing. You can just call me Peter.
Ah, like I am the Watcher, but my creator called me Watch.
Exactly like that.
Understood. Are you prepared to undergo the trials to see if you are deemed worthy?
Can I ask a question?
I have a question too.
What kind of trials are we talking about here?
Well, there is... You must prove yourselves worthy to access the strength and the power of the Colossus. So you must learn about its history. You must learn about the way it is powered and what it is made of. And then you must prove yourselves capable of handling it.
I mean, makes sense. You want to learn how it's made, what it takes, and how to make sure we can maintain the connection. That all makes sense.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how hard are the trials?
What are the parameters for your scale?
Like a 10 would be us dying in like a snowy, cold hallway. And then 1 would be like we read a book and then like take a multiple choice test.
If you do die, if you die here, it will not be from cold.
Well, what would it be of?
Disintegration.
Oh,
Would you be disintegrating us?
No, the Guardians.
Okay, so there are Guardians of 2.
okay.
Yes. They are not needed yet. You must pass the first 2 tests before you deal with them. Yes. Rhea.
Hi, Watch. Thank you. I forgot my question immediately. Sorry, your glowing like orbness is like distracting. You look really cool.
I can turn it this way.
Fucking adorable.
Thank you. It's really okay. No, it's okay. Who you said your creator called you Watch. Who is your creator, and did your creator also create the Colossus and the Guardians?
I think that's good. That's a good question. That's solid.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank
My
you.
creator's name.
Look at that brain.
I'll pull up my notes.
Boom, bitch. Did I eat that or
That wasn't in
was out of
character. Doesn't
character.
count.
That was out of character.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. I know.
Guys, don't worry,
but-
we have a lot of time to eat it later.
Damn it.
We're just gonna keep looking for chances to say it.
We have a bunch of tests. We're so set up to eat today.
Yes, that's
We're
so
gonna have a full
true.
meal.
It's a
That's so
buffet.
funny.
It's a buffet.
All you can
My-
eat.
My creator's name was Jorik. Jorik was the creator of not only myself, but the Guardians and the Colossus. He was a part of the engineers who put this entire place here.
Again, the engineers.
Yes.
Can I look back at our other two compatriots? Like, those names sound familiar at all?
You would see Craig kind of, he goes, I can't do his accent. I'm not going to try. Luke is just too good at it. I can't replicate it. He goes, it definitely seems like it is alien in nature.
Hmm.
That is not something that we know of, at least here.
Okay. So it's new information even to you. That's cool. Okay.
Yes.
That just makes this more exciting.
So where do we start the? I mean, we're gonna do them, right?
Yeah.
We're getting Jeane in the
Yeah.
mech.
Yeah.
Gotta get me in that robot.
Yes.
Gotta get in that
Yes.
robot.
Yeah. Yep.
Gotta get in that robot, dude.
Gotta get in that robot.
So where do we start? I guess.
You start with history.
Fuck.
And
I summon my grimoire.
all those who wish to participate in the trials, please step forward.
Jump.
Wait, are we doing it as a team?
You may.
Is there a negative to doing it as a team?
No.
Our scores don't like average out.
No, you have a better chance of success if you did it as a team.
Already
Okay.
hop-
Okay.
I've
Okay.
already
okay,
hopped
okay. Yep,
forward or
yep,
did like
yep,
a long
yep.
jump.
All right.
Olympics.
Let's go.
Um,
Let's do it.
You'd see Craig and Braylon. They don't step forward, and they say, "Do you need anything else from us? Otherwise, we're going to continue to search for our children."
That's important.
That's
That's-
important.
Yeah.
No.
Go for it. Go for
go
it.
do that.
You already found us this wonderful thing. Wonderful,
Thank you.
wonderful piece of
course.
technology. Go find your kids.
All right. And if you need us, you know how to reach us.
Hmm.
Yeah, be
gesturing-
safe.
gesturing
We'll
to Peter.
get to you as fast as the wind.
You as well. Don't get disintegrated.
Thanks.
As they back out and the doors close behind y'all. And Watch goes, I will now present to you memories of my creator and his people. It is up to you to determine the correct order of these memories. Is that understood?
Mm-hmm.
Understood.
Yeah.
And you see those stones on the side of the rails where like kind of the visuals of the void walkers appear. You would see kind of begin to blink into life, but one at a time. You would see one appears, and you would see a visual of a battlefield that is littered with fallen soldiers and destroyed war machines. And you would see the Colossus standing in the center, fighting against one of those void walkers. You see the void walker kind of goes from an overhand swing, and the Colossus grabs it with one hand, stabbing a blade up through its chest. But then you see another void walker comes in, and you can see the memory shifts inside the cockpit of the Colossus, and you can hear them shouting as like systems of the Colossus are shutting down and losing power. And then you would see a figure who he has kind of like you don't recognize it as human. Like, he doesn't look very human. He looks more akin to kind of an orc and an elf, kind of the larger frame of an orc, but kind of the softer features of an elf. Their skin is kind of a deep purple like color. He's got long, scraggly black hair that is, might be that way from being in battle. But you see him stepping forward, and you would see this kind of large spinning orb in the center of the cockpit, and you would see him put his hands onto this orb, and you would see he begins to disintegrate as he puts his hands onto this orb, and it looks like he's pulled into this orb, and the orb alights with new life, and we see this boom of energy come from the Colossus and wiping away the Void Walkers around it, and that memory fades. And then the next memory that arrives, or that appears, is you would see this peaceful kingdom with towering golden spires, bustling markets. You would see what looks akin to kind of like the airships here on Novum, but without kind of the solar sails, without, you know, kind of the hot air balloon element. Looks like they're being powered, as you would kind of remember from your world, from like, you know, like they look like spaceships or hover cars from movies and TV shows you've seen. It's kind of this solar punk feel to this world. And then suddenly we see the sky darken and shadowy figures begin to rip their way from the sky, as they looks like they're pulling their way into reality through this tear. As these creatures, which you now know are the Void Walkers, descend upon the city. And you'd see basically like a defense that has no kind of effect against these creatures, as these creatures ravage this kingdom. And that is the next memory as it fades. And then the next memory that appears is you see the Colossus. It's now covered in battle scars. And you would see engineers kind of roaming around, and looks like they are like hooking it up. And as you're looking at this place, it looks very similar to the mountain that you all find yourselves in, the place that you're in. They look very weary, like all of the engineers look very, very weary. And you would see a mage stepping forward and throwing his hands up, and you would see actually the mountain begins to kind of seal itself perfectly up and around the Colossus. And then you would see the outside of the doors that you came through. And you would hear these words that say, you would hear him whisper, "For the future," at the end. And then the next memory that comes up is you see a grand workshop that has that same kind of feeling as that city you saw, that kind of very, very futuristic, but mixture with kind of arcane technologies. You would see what looks like engineers and maybe what you've recognized now as mages working together to construct this massive mech, the Iron Colossus. You would see one engineer looks to be in an argument over like the core that you now recognize was in the memory where the man sacrificed himself. You'd see him, looks like he's arguing with people about it, and it is the man who later sacrificed himself in that first memory who's arguing with people about it. And the memory ends with you seeing the power of the core kind of glowing from it, and that's that memory. And then the last and the fifth and final memory that appears is you see a vast and desolate wasteland. You'd see the Iron Colossus charging headfirst into an army of Void Walkers. You would see the rest of kind of the forces that are with the Iron Colossus in full retreat, but the Colossus fights on by itself, destroying Void Walker after Void Walker. And after the last Void Walker falls, you would see the mech kind of glows incredibly brightly, and you would see all of its energy firing upwards into that tear in the sky, and you'd see that tear closing and the mech falling still. And that is the final memory. And Watch goes, "Now, would you please put them in order?" And just so for ease of talking about it, the most recent one, like the fifth one, is represented by like what looks like a burning sun, like a kind of over the top like burning sun. The memory of when the Colossus was put together, it looks like the core just so that you guys have these symbols that you can put it together. It looks like the core
Mhm.
of the Colossus. The one about the man sacrificing himself looks to be like the memory of, it looks like to be his face for that one.
Mhm.
And then the memory of them, the Voidwalkers appearing for the first time, looks like a dark sun, like a black sun. And then the memory of the Colossus being sealed away looks like a lock.
Mhm.
So you have these symbology,
All right.
which I can put it into the
Yes,
chat.
please. Can you do that, please? Just from looking at this, it seems to me it goes 2, 4. I want to say 1, 5, and then 3. I want to say that's the order. Because
I'm like playing the movie in my head.
yeah, because it goes,
Like-
Yeah, right.
it goes. Voidwalkers arrive. The second one is they're in the Grand Workshop building the robot,
Mhm.
and then they're on the battlefield, and he has to sacrifice himself to power it,
Mhm.
and then I'm guessing he's now the robot, and he's helping fight the Voidwalkers as people retreat, and the mech fixes the tear,
Mhm.
and then they are
Lock it away.
locking him away.
So that's 2, 4, 1, 5, 3.
Yeah, the
Yes.
dark sun, the core, his face, the burning sun, and then the lock. Unless they built it before the attack, but I don't know why you would build this thing before that,
Yeah.
For shits and gigs.
just to be honest.
But the arguing to me sounds like it's down to the wire.
There's stakes. Yeah.
There's
stakes.
stakes
Stakes.
happening.
Yeah.
They all
Yeah.
look weary.
Yeah.
They're weary for the world.
Yeah. So
Have you
wanna go-
concluded on an answer?
I stand with Jeane.
Yes. What is the order we just said? I just want to make sure that I don't go say the wrong thing. So it's
It's the dark sun,
Mhm.
the core,
4
Mhm.
the face,
face,
Mhm.
the burning sun,
burning sun.
Mhm.
and then the lock.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is the answer that Jeane will say. Or
And
Jeane
it's-
will, does he have to press anything, or does he have to say
So
those
it
answers?
actually, it has you move the memories in order,
Nice.
kind of like move them and
Mm.
place them in the
Gotcha,
order.
Gotcha. Ooh,
Um,
Jeane will step forward and move those in that order.
Okay, and as you set them in that order, you'd see the watch's eye glows green and it goes, correct. Congratulations.
Yay.
You have passed your first trial. And you see you see watch floats down into the memory of the man arguing for a moment, and it just kind of looks at it and goes, this was my creator, Jorik. And you recognize it as the man who was arguing and then later sacrificed himself.
Mm-hmm.
He was quite a brilliant man.
Why was he arguing? Why may I ask?
The Colossus is powered by tapping into the ley lines of magic on a whatever world it is on. It is a dangerous task, and so you must be mindful of how much power you drain from the planet when you power the mech, and which is why he chose to sacrifice himself to power it for one last fight without drawing more from the planet, because he threatened to destroy it if he drained any more power from the planet.
Understood. So that is the price that you pay to power this thing.
Yes, it may only drain a certain amount of energy at a certain time to not affect the natural world around it.
Sure.
As long as it's kept within parameters, it will not have negative effects on the world. But unfortunately, he required more power to get the job done. And he wasn't willing to sacrifice his world, so he sacrificed himself.
What was that world called, Watch?
Ethereum.
Nice.
So that.
I can put it in the chat for you.
Thank you.
There you go.
Oh, that is not how I spelled it.
I always try to spell it before Alec puts it in the chat because it's always wrong.
Just to see.
It's never right.
Question, Alec.
Yes.
Does Watch look like the core of the Colossus that we saw? Like, is it the same vibe, different vibes, different glowing orbs?
He looks like he's made of the same material as the Colossus, itself.
I
So
see.
the kind of like, you know, at this point it's kind of dusty and, you know, and all that, but like that same kind of very, very bright silver like metal.
Nice.
That almost seems to like your reflection kind of bends and moves within it when you look at yourself in this metal.
Nice.
Hey, thanks.
Of course.
Jeane, you did. I was just gonna say, Jeane, you did the puzzle really quick. Great job.
Feels like I've got a bunch of voices in my head sometimes.
Locked in.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Let's not think of that too hard.
It's just, let's just call it the weave influence, you know? It's just like I've been tapping a little hard. So we'll see.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Hey, we all have our vices, right?
We all have our vices.
Yeah, you know,
mine's human blood.
Right. And
Yeah.
you know, making zombies and Jeane's is tapping into the magic itself.
Yeah. It's a trip.
I wonder if Jeane we're all just like, he's just waiting for us to be done.
He's just puttering. It's fine. He's just puttering.
Hypothetically, if we do get you into the Colossus, and not that I want you to pull any more power from the weave, but if it comes to we're pulling too much power from the world, I wonder if we can tap into the in-between, into the other places we have been in the universe, so that none of us have to what's the word I'm looking for? Disintegrate.
Just die. Yeah.
Die. Yeah. Just a thought. Anyway.
It's a worthy thought.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the tests is to see what this thing is powered by, right? Which we're about to go to right now. The next test.
That is the third test.
That's the third test. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see.
What's the second one?
Pondering it. Yeah, what's the second one?
The second test is to prove if you are worthy.
Okay.
What's your like? Is there a rubric or something? Like, how do you know if you're worthy?
It's a syllabus. Like,
where's the hammer?
That is the Guardian's job to determine.
Oh,
no.
Are the Guardians as friendly as you are?
They were made without personalities.
Oh.
How do they know if you're worthy then?
They have parameters set within them by Jorik.
Okay.
Can they tell? Or is it like a scan? Like a full body scan? And they go, ding, you're good.
Like a blood test or something.
Oh, I hope it's not a blood test.
They will ask you 3 questions.
Okay.
Is it private or is it as a group?
You each will take a turn.
Oh.
Okay.
Cool.
Yes. Are you prepared for your second test?
Yes.
What happens if we're not worthy? Just
this
out of
because we're not allowed to pilot it.
Correct.
Okay, so
cool.
that one's not a disintegration.
No.
Guys,
possible disintegration.
That's good.
All good.
Once you are
everybody breathe.
Everyone
We're all
breathe.
so anxious.
Great. Cool.
All the people who don't want to pilot the mech could not pilot the mech.
And he goes, I will summon the Guardian. And you see he kind of pings as this kind of like it's not so much like a klaxon as it is kind of like a almost like hitting a chord on a piano kind of noise that kind of echoes out from him. And you would see this pool of silvery like liquid begins to appear on the ground. as it begins to kind of swirl in very T1000 kind of style, begins to kind of eke up and form into this kind of humanoid shape. The shape that kind of comes out of the pool is very, very like its legs and its torso and its arms are very, very slim. It's very tall, and it has this kind of what looks like almost dome-like head that kind of goes backwards into a point, like almost like a comet, with that same kind of blue eye in front of it, as it now is easily kind of maybe heads or two heads above all of you, as it's above you. As it steps forward and it says, which of you would like to go first?
I point at Jeane.
I'll go first.
Please step forward.
We'll step forward.
Your designation?
You can call me Jeane.
Jeane. Your occupation?
Student.
Student.
Engineer.
Engineer.
Exactly.
Good. What is power without purpose?
Misguided.
Acceptable. Why do you seek the Colossus?
To save a world that doesn't deserve its fate.
Is that all?
No. We were brought here unfairly by a very, very bad person. And though it is selfish to say, I want to make sure that they can never hurt anyone ever again. And I need the robot to do that. And though it pains me to say that this man needs to die, it is the most logical solution to make sure that this world and multiple worlds beyond it continue to exist.
And you see like the eye of the guardian kind of like, it seems to almost bore into you as it's watching you speak. And you see there's a long pause after the end of your answer. And then it says, acceptable. Now, final question. What would you sacrifice for the future?
And like there is a moment where Jeane is very quiet, but in the air, there is almost a gear turning, clicking sound as his eye slowly, the pupil of his eye slowly shifts into that gear. The answer is everything and nothing, because the future is not up to me. It is the future's responsibility. I can only help push it forward. I can't push it forward in any certain direction. Only they can. I can speak. I can attack. But in the end, it's not up to me. And therefore, it's both.
Acceptable. You may move on.
He has to like kind of shake his head, and the gear slowly fades. And he just steps and turns.
As it kind of gestures past it to stand behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Next. I don't know who got it. I don't know who got
I
it.
think
That was so close.
That was really
On my
close.
screen, we did it the exact same. Rock, paper, scissors.
All right.
On shoot.
Are we doing it on shoot? On
On
shoot?
shoot. On shoot.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Again.
Two scissors.
Okay, okay.
And
Okay.
rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Again. And rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Shoot.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, does that mean I get to choose or you have to go? You have to go. You have to go. You have to
Okay.
go.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
no, you go.
Okay, I'll go. Me, I get to go next. Yay.
Your name.
The full name or just the first one? Peter Morgan.
Occupation.
Ooh. Big question. It is traveler. I think that's true.
Acceptable.
Okay.
What is power without purpose?
I really like what my friend Jeane said. I thought it was really good. It was Miss. Ooh, I wrote it down and I forgot. Misused, misunderstood. It's not good. You should probably, if you have a lot of power, you should probably think about how you're going to use it, right? Whether that be good or bad. So I guess power without purpose is new. It's just power. It's how you exert it. That's the problem. And the purpose would be you exerting it, right? It's just, does that make sense?
Is this your final answer?
Oh, no. Can you tell if I'm, is this like a pure of heart thing or is there like a right answer?
Are you asking me or are you asking
I'm asking the
Guardian?
robot.
Asking the Guardian?
Yeah. Because my answer was as good as I think I can get it. Yeah, sure.
I sense a heightened heart rate.
That's normal for a lot of stuff. That's my final answer, I guess.
If there was if there was a heartbeat sensor and the answer was like your heartbeat's that's normal. That's the truth. That's technically a truth that they said.
And you see it like it blinks instead, like when it would say acceptable to green or to Jeane, it would blink green. When it says it says acceptable, but it blinks yellow.
All right, I'll take it.
I'll take it.
I
Okay.
mean, it's not going to kill me if I get it wrong. It's just going to not let me ride the mech.
Why do you seek the Colossus?
Well, I personally don't seek the Colossus. My friend Jeane does, and I really trust my friends to do what they think is right. But you know, if unfortunately if something were to happen to Jeane, I think it'd be best if somebody else could pilot it and like use it and help out. But you know, so I guess it would just be to help out my friends in doing what they want to do. Damn, these robots do not like me.
These robots is rolling.
It blinks yellow again. Acceptable.
Guys, I'm killing it.
What would you sacrifice for the future?
Well, you know, it's kind of tough because I guess I've already done it a bunch of times. Kind of sounds like everything. But to some extent, I guess the answer is more like whatever I'm able to give. I like to think that I'm not taking it out on other people or choosing things that would hurt. You know, I want to make the choices that I can make that affect me. I guess does time reversal count as harming other people? I don't know. I think it's good because my friends died and I reversed the time, so they did die. So I guess you know I give what I can give from me. I don't want to give anything that would hurt other people.
And it flashes yellow one more time. Acceptable.
Guys, I can ride in it.
Are you aware of the biological disturbance within your body?
Very aware of it. Extremely aware of it.
You should seek medical treatment immediately.
Tell me about it. I got, a couple weeks until the world ends, and then maybe I'll see a doctor. But thank you. I appreciate it.
At the rate it's advancing, you do not have a few weeks.
What do you mean I don't have a...
And you see it gestures to one of the stones that was projecting earlier, and it projects kind of like an X-ray almost. Almost like not like it that it's you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
It's an X-ray to me at some point.
It sense what's within you, and you would see kind of like your skeleton essentially, and you would see a la Wolverine style. You would see kind of these black tendrils wrapping their ways around through most of your body. It has spread through 85% of your body.
85. At what rate did it do that?
That I am unaware of the pathogen without a sample. But it looks to be spreading quickly. And you can even see on, like, as he turns back to you, the X-ray kind of updates, and you can see ever so slightly the black spreading. Ever so slightly, slowly.
I have some calls I'm gonna make. Primary care physician, that kind of thing. You guys ask your questions. I've got to make...
Do you not wish to move on?
Oh, no, I'll make the calls while we're doing it. I can multitask. So
Please stand next to Jeane.
Okay, sounds good. I go stand next to Jeane.
Oh my God.
And turns back to face the other two of you and goes, next.
You won fair and square at nose goes, so I can go next.
Okay. Good
Hello.
luck.
Thank you. Hi, hello, sir.
Your name,
Rhea,
occupation.
warrior.
And you see it takes a little bit longer at that statement. What is power without purpose?
Useless.
Ooh.
I thought shorter answers would be better. They're not.
And it flashes red.
Fuck.
Unacceptable answer. 2 unacceptable answers mean you will fail the test.
I thought the answer was pretty good.
I thought so too. Okay, if I fail the test, you're not gonna... I don't die, but like, can I still move on in the trials or no?
No.
Got it. Okay.
I just like to let you know I thought that answer was pretty okay.
Thanks, Jeane. You gave him all greens and he said it was a good answer. Sorry.
He gave me all yellows, and I thought it was great too.
Thank you.
I rolled literally like 1 below the threshold.
Damn it.
Why do you seek the Colossus?
Just like Peter, I don't seek it because I want to use it. Peter is destined, or no, not Peter, sorry. I'm nervous. Jeane.
Your heart rate is elevated.
Don't even worry about it. Jeane is destined to use this to help save a lot of people from a great evil. And we know this is an insurmountable challenge that will be much more attainable if we are allowed to utilize all of the resources that we can.
Acceptable. It blinks green. Final question.
Mhm.
What would you sacrifice for the future?
I can't lie to you because you can hear my heart rate. My initial answer is everything, but then Peter said something that made me think, and everything I have. I don't want, I will not, on behalf of people, say that they have to sacrifice anything, but I will give everything to make sure my friends are safe and this world is safe and the man who deserves to be dead is dead. It was the dead is dead part. I shouldn't have said that.
One follow-up query. As a warrior, you are forced to make difficult choices while within battle. Are you stating that to save the many, you would only sacrifice the few, or would you sacrifice the many to save the few?
That's a good question. Rhea knows her answer, but she's trying to word it in a way that
And there's this like, again, that kind of piano chord as it thrums, and this next part, Rhea, you hear in your head. To eliminate outside influences, I will pose a query to you individually and privately. You are facing a battle, from what I understand. When it comes down to it, would you save them or would you save the world?
Is it asking all of us individually, or is it asking?
It's asking Rhea individually.
Rhea. Okay.
this is, as a player, I know that Rhea's answer will not be accepted by this guy. But Rhea's not going to lie to him. They are, I say this in my head.
Mhm.
They are the world. They're why I am a warrior in the first place. But they would never forgive me if I did what I believe to be the correct choice. They would rather I save the world.
Is that the it speaks this first part in your mind. It says you have a demonstrated an understanding of what it means to sacrifice. And then the light blinks acceptable.
Thank you.
And gestures, please join Jeane and Peter Morgan.
I walk over to Jeane and Peter Morgan and I stand in between them and squeeze both of their hands.
Nice job.
Thank you. That was so scary.
Rest his head on your shoulder.
My best friend Jeane.
Next,
That's me.
your name,
Val.
your occupation.
I don't have one. I don't get paid for any of this.
Understandable. What is power without purpose?
Corruption.
Acceptable. Why do you seek the Colossus?
To ensure that the potential future that we've seen multiple times doesn't come to pass.
Acceptable. What would you sacrifice for the future?
My life.
Acceptable. Please join Jeane, Rhea, and Peter Morgan.
Val, you did that so quick. Great work.
Well, you all went before me, so
You had prep time.
I had time to like think of my answers, so I was kind of ready.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be a blind test, so I thought, I wasn't gonna get a chance to think, but that was actually really nice. So, thanks for losing on nose goes.
Yeah, no problem. Wait, did everyone get a green one except for me?
You
That's
got like a B-. It's passing. It's a passing
I
grade.
think I got like a C. I think they let. I think I got like a
And like a C
passing
plus.
grade.
Like a C plus.
Hey,
maybe.
what's wrong with C's?
plus. Nothing. Oh, nothing.
Thank
Oh,
you.
oh,
Nothing. I'm just
Nothing.
kind of jealous that all of my
Nothing.
friends got at least an A in one. It's all right.
And the watch comes down and goes, "Thank you, Guardian." And the Guardian just kind of gives a nod and then melds back into the pool as it like you'd see once it gets to that kind of puddle like state, it like almost evaporates into the steel of the walkway and vanishes.
Awesome.
And watch goes, "We shall now enter the Colossus. Please follow me." And he begins to putter up a set of stairs that kind of, you can see it winds to the top. Is
We're
Jeane
entering
dancing
the
up the stairs?
Oh yeah, 100%. Oh yeah. Without question. Singing in the rain style, just getting up in there.
Going in a Mac. I'm going in a Mac.
Just tap dancing the entire way. I don't know how I got tap shoes, but they're on my feet now.
Iconic.
On your feet. Like, I hate you, Valerian, but thank you for this.
Buffaloing away the stairs.
Thank you for this chance, Valerian. Appreciate you, but at the same time,
Hate your ass.
I'd like to
coming
thank
for ya.
Valerian for the opportunity to find this mech.
And as you head up to the top, you would see you get to kind of the end of the walkway that kind of stops just before the shoulder, of the mech of the Colossus. And you see Watch's eye pings kind of bright blue, and you'd see the side of the domed head of the Colossus opens up, and the bridge extends forwards to meet that opening. And Watch says, "Please follow me," and putters into the Colossus.
Oh, nice. We
yeah.
all gotta go into the head. I thought it was gonna be like one of us would have to be the arm, and someone else would get a leg kind
Oh,
of thing.
total Power Rangers.
This is
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
classic. We'll see. Maybe who knows? Who knows what happens?
We all get head.
Peter, you can't just say that.
Round of applause. Round of applause.
Kind of ate with that one.
Doesn't count, not in character.
That was the character. I sound like this in real life too.
If you can convince me that Peter would make a head joke,
That's actually so true. You know what?
That's
So
was like,
valid,
if you
so
can
valid.
convince
I
me,
take it.
Peter
back.
would think it, but would be sweating too hard to actually.
Peter
Your
was
hands are
like-
so sweaty.
That
You
is-
know?
Wow.
everybody gets
Clammy.
head,
You know?
Peter, like
Do you know that we?
You know what they
we
call?
all
It's
get,
another word for
I don't know if you guys got the joke. He didn't laugh very loud. So head sometimes it's kind of a innuendo.
Yeah.
that's so
You know,
good.
watch stops and turns for what?
Yeah,
Don't
for
worry
what,
about
Peter?
it.
What is it?
It's
Peter?
not. I lied. It doesn't mean
lied.
anything else. It's just
I need to bookmark. I need to timestamp this.
Me.
You know what to do, Lev. As you all pass into the cockpit of this mech,
Don't-
Hey,
I'm
stop
done.
it.
I'm so sorry.
um,
Oh my god.
as you all pass into the pilot area
Love-
in this mech, you would see it's this large, basically kind of takes up the entire inner part of the head of the mech, where it's this large kind of domed space. And you see in the center of it, it kind of has this large, like, raised platform that goes down into kind of like a lower area. And you see in the center is that orb you saw in the memories. It's currently sitting dark, as it's just kind of looks like it's sitting dormant. You'd see it is still dark in here. No lights have turned on, as you see all kind of the same kind of Magitech kind of consoles and things in that lower area, kind of in a U shape. And then you would see there is on the dais, kind of above where the core is, you can see there are two what look like kind of pillars that come out of the ground that have two dormant orbs on top of it. And Watch stops and turns to face all of you and goes, "You will now face your final test if you can handle the Colossus. Each of you in turn will approach the dais and attempt to power the Colossus."
Yellows up.
And if we don't, we die.
It is possible.
Oh, this
Okay.
is where the disintegration comes in. Okay.
Mhm.
And we all have to do it.
Odds? What are the odds of
Oh.
disintegration? Is it like, like a
It is
50-50.
determined. The mech is powered by the ley lines on the planet. However, it must be started by the pilot, and that is determined by the magical power within said pilot. If you
Got
give
it, got it, got it, got it, got it, got it,
too
got it.
much to the core will drain you, thus disintegration. If you give too little, the mech will not turn on. It will not activate. So it is finding the zone within between those two extremes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like the sweet spot or whatever. Yep.
That is a great term for it. Sweet spot.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Who would like to go first? You're
This
muted,
thing's so
Jeane.
bad.
Oh no, you're not muted. You're just quiet.
I want to pile this thing so bad. Oh God. I'll go first.
All right, please approach the dais.
Sure. And we'll walk up to it.
Place your hands upon the pillars.
And I will.
And you place your hands upon the pillars, and you feel like it's almost like, the best way I can describe this physically is, that feeling you get in your stomach where you're at the top, like just about to go over the top of a roller coaster. That kind of, that anticipation, that kind of almost butterflies in your stomach, kind of chills run through your body as you place your hands on here, as you feel yourself connect with something larger than yourself,
right?
Greater than yourself. It's similar to when you connect with Deus Machina, but it's kind of like an open line right now. So what do you do?
I'm just gonna start. Damn it, son of a bitch. I'm going to use a Fabula point to grant me access to the weave. So this is gonna be a back and forth thing, because I'm gonna get some story shit happen to me with it. But I'm gonna listen to the weave going through this object to like listen to the machine itself, to listen to the gears, to listen to the ley lines in the machine, to listen to every organ, its every desire, its everything, and truly try to become one with it without disintegrating myself. Almost at the cusp of it, but not quite there.
Okay.
And if I need to spend more fabulous points, I can.
I need to ask a clarifying question.
Sure thing.
To confirm, you are opening yourself up, and thus by opening yourself up, opening the machine up to the weave.
Yes. Would
Quick.
that would I'll ask this question then in tandem. Would that be a bad thing, considering what we've learned about it? From the
So
history lesson?
what I'll say is the weave isn't inherently bad, right? The weave
No.
is not inherently bad.
Of course not.
The weave is unbridled and uncontrolled power. It is what makes up all magic in the universe. It's really what makes it's essentially the force, right? It's what makes up everything. And you have a direct line to that source. While normally magic traditionally goes through needs to be used through equations and items and things like that. You have pure unbridled access. You don't need the equations to get to it. Right. And so my clarifying question is that, are you giving the mech that same access?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you place your hands onto these pillars, and you take a deep breath, and you feel yourself kind of connect with every part of this machine. You can feel yourself moving through the different systems of it, the different wires and things. You could see this thing it seems to have, like, almost like a nervous system in a way, as you feel yourself moving through it, kind of the dark pathways, and you find yourself to its heart, which is essentially the core. You can feel yourself almost like you're floating in this kind of nebulous space. And you see like a doorway in front of you, and there is a knob for you to turn. What do you do?
I was like, I'm gonna knock on the door. Fuck it, I'll knock first. I don't want to intrude.
There's no answer.
Is it just like a normal door?
It looks this seems to be a way that your mind is visualizing opening the door to the weave for this machine.
We'll take a deep breath in and then out, and then we'll open the door.
And as you open the door, it's almost like this door itself was holding back the ocean. As the wave of power that rushes over you, you seem to almost drown in it. And those of you in real space would see the mech flick on. You would see it hum with power. As all of the lights, boom, 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 all the consoles turn on, the core begins to spin rapidly and beat with this energy. And you would see Jeane in the real space. Your head is thrown back, and his eyes seem to be kind of shifting between this kind of multicolored rainbow, almost like stained glass. And you'd see that stained glass almost begin to kind of crackle off of the core like lightning. As you can hear, it's that kind of like whoop, 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 whoop noise, like almost that kind of like you can hear the mech is like charging at an exponential rate. And Jeane, I'm now going to need some rolls to see if you can temper this.
Sure.
If you can control this.
Sure.
So what I'm going to need.
How long is this taking really quick?
It is moments, seconds. For Jeane, it seems longer.
Sure.
In real space, it's like seconds. It's like Jeane is in bullet time.
Yeah.
Basically. Jeane is in bullet time. Like Jeane did that and it happened. You know what I mean? It was almost instantaneous. For Jeane, it felt longer as he was navigating the machine and then making his way to the door to the weave.
Cool.
So Jeane, I would need. What are your two highest stats?
My two highest stats are
Dex and Insight.
Dex and Insight, yeah.
Dex and Insight. All right, so I'm gonna need 3 Dex and what die size do you have for both of them?
D10 and a D8, respectively.
D10 and a D8.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need 3 rolls.
Gotcha.
Dex and Insight.
Mm-hmm.
You need to get above a 9.
Okay.
You need 3 successes
With Dex and Insight. Okay.
with Dex and Insight.
Gotcha. Okay. That one's an 18 for my first.
Okay, so max.
Max, yeah. That is a 16 for my second.
Okay, that's 2.
I'm gonna use a fabulous point to reroll that one. That was an 8, not a 9. It's not exactly. Oh my god.
So I'm gonna have you chime in here in a second, but you can, like I said, it's almost like you're drowning as this wave of power is washing over you. It feels good. It feels like every ache you ever had, it kind of vanishes from you. You feel the possibility of creation, of destruction, of the all of existence is at your fingertips right now. And then you feel it begin to take you over. You begin to almost become consumed by it. How does Jeane, in this liminal space, regain control and come back to real space?
I think as he's being surrounded by this magic, by this ocean, this torrent blasting from this focal point, and he feels like he's about to be overcome by it, in his mind, he's like, this is my imagination. This is what my mind interprets. I'm in control. This is my mind. And soon he starts to grow and grow and grow until he is the size of the mech. And his hands are reaching towards the torrent, not to block it, not to act like a dam, but to act like guiding hands for a river. And he is pulling and twisting and turning, creating just a system, almost like a nervous system or ley lines of so that the energy goes nowhere but everywhere. And as he's looking down like a god and creating this map.
Yeah. And you would all see Jeane, you would snap back into real space as that kind of exponential humming that was coming from the machine kind of comes to kind of just a consistent like humming noise where like it's no longer overloading.
Okay, that's a kick in the teeth.
You okay?
It's my ship is much friendlier. Okay.
Oh. I mean, do you have any? I want you to take a second, but like, do you have any tips if we're all gonna have to go in there?
It's gonna seem like a lot, but just remember, you're in control. You are controlling the flow. Use whatever metaphor, simile, imagery of what it looks like for you to be in control of this thing. For me, it was just enough water to drown a planet. And I turned it into just a system of rivers and banks. It might be different for you. It might be the same. Just know that the image in your mind is more powerful than this thing. Can I let go? I'm gonna go lay down for like a while.
Yeah, you let go and the mech
Okay.
darkens once again, and Watch goes, congratulations.
Thanks.
You have passed the trial.
Cool. I'm gonna lay down. I'm gonna sit here. I'm just gonna sit
That
here.
was nearly, you turned it on nearly as fast as my master.
Oh, that's good to know, I suppose. Didn't know there were records. Oh. Take
Next.
your time.
uh I'm not trying to like put myself last here, but if something goes really wrong,
Yeah,
I
no,
should
I
be
want to get this
around.
over with as
Okay.
quickly as possible, so I'll go. Yeah.
Okay. So you step up and you approach the pillars, Val, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And what do you do?
Jeane, do I just kind of like
Kind of, yeah, just
like
hands on, yeah.
okay. Just touch it. Okay.
Okay.
Do
and
that.
and you put your hands onto the two pillars, and you have that same feeling I described. Just about to go down a big drop on a roller coaster. That kind of connecting to something, this kind of empty, open pathway between the two of you. How do you turn this machine on?
As there's that feeling of like going up and lurching over. It's like a blink, and Val opens her eyes and looks down and sees that she looks different than she has before. Her body seems to be like glowing from within. And her skin now looks like it is like frosted stained glass, as there's like a light that is coming from within her. Okay. Um, I, I, okay. Uh, Power, light, do the thing. As she like visualizes taking that light within her and pulling it into the palms of her hands, and then like sending it out towards
Okay.
this machine.
And as you're in this kind of space and you see this kind of visual of yourself, and you're trying to get this power to respond to you and to move outwards from you, you see there's this kind of apparition of black smoke that begins to kind of swirl around and form a shape. Would you please describe what your father looks like?
What?
Yeah. So it has similar how Val's hair was like a dark black color. Um, Similar hair color, but it's streaked silver on the sides. Has a very trim beard, a very severe face, the kind of face that looks like it- sharp is the right way to describe it. Like take Silco, but instead he lifts is the energy that you get.
The kingpin kind of
Yeah.
Silco vibes going on.
Yeah. No smile lines, like does not have any of those wrinkle spots. So it's obvious that that is not something that he has done very much.
And you
But has the same
see,
piercing gray eyes as her.
okay, and you see that black smoke form into your father before you as you attempt to use power. And you see him kind of regard you, kind of look you up and down, and goes, "New look?"
What do you care?
I mean, you're about to ask and use power. Who better to discuss that with than me?
It's not your power. Why would I go to you?
I mean, you learned how to use power from me.
No, I learned how to not use power from you. I learned what not to do.
And what's that?
The more you try and tighten your fingers around it, the more it will slip through. I'm proof of that.
And what makes you think that you're not going to do the same things I've done with it? You can bluster and say you're not like me all you want, but you're still my kid. What makes you different?
I don't want what you want.
What do you want?
want to keep this family that I've made for myself.
What is your highest stat?
My dex.
Your dex. Okay, your second highest.
They are all my second highest after that.
Okay. So I want you to pick one other stat.
Okay, I will do dex and let's do insight.
Okay. And what are the dice sizes?
That's a D10 and a D8.
10 and D8. You know, all right, then we'll keep it the same. You need to get past your father. You need 3 successes to do so.
Mm-hmm.
And you see on the other side of your father, you'd see kind of apparating out of kind of light, not darkness like your dad. You would see Val, you would see Jeane, you would see Peter, and then you would see Rin as well amongst that group. You would also see kind of Atlas, you know, off to the side with Perry. You'd see your found family on the other side of your father. So you need to make 3 successes to make it past him.
Okay. What's the number that I need again?
A 9. You need a 9.
Okay.
And we're treating, I didn't elaborate on this when Jeane went, but we're treating it like death saves. You need 3 successes or 3 fails.
Before the 3 failures. Okay.
Yeah.
I got a 9 on the dot.
Okay. That's 1.
For the first one. That's a failure. Only a 6, so 1 for 1. That's an 11.
Okay.
That's another success. And I'm going to use a fabula point to re-roll that. And that's a 15.
15.
Mm-hmm.
Please tell me how you do so. How do you achieve this?
The light within her like starts to get brighter and brighter. And since like she's in this form of like stained glass, it's refracting all of these colors around and it gets brighter and brighter. And as it gets brighter, the shadow that is her father, there's nothing that he can't stand up against the light that she is putting out. As slowly his shadow dissipates against the light.
Okay. And in real space, you would all see Val kind of almost like, it's almost like Val's having a bad dream initially. But then Val, as your shadow of your father is burned away, I think, by the light that you put off, and you make it to your found family, you would as well kind of back into reality as the mech comes to life. And you have activated the mech.
Cool. Guys, I kind of ate. Just saying.
You did.
You totally did, Val. You
Just
did.
saying. I
Totally
totally
ate.
just did.
Damn.
Totally ate.
You
had
totally
that.
ate.
Yum.
You had that in the chamber.
Mm-hmm.
You were
I did.
waiting for that.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
You'd
Yep.
see Watch goes, you consume sustenance while turning on the mech?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Hmm.
Whole meal,
Ate it right up.
buffet,
Yum, yum,
all
yum.
you can eat.
Bet. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Level,
All right,
please.
I'm gonna go squat in a corner for a little bit. Whoever wants to go
here.
next, it
Come
is
here.
all yours.
Jeane, are you slumped in the corner as well?
Yeah, just slouch in the corner, Karen.
Okay.
Both of you are sweaty, a little pale.
Come here.
Like shaking a little bit. Like the adrenaline rushes over.
Worst
And-
roller coaster ever.
And Watch turns to face and goes, next.
Rhea, you
Yeah.
know, if something goes bad, I can turn back time during yours.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I guess I
Yeah.
could do it after mine unless something bad happens to me. So I think you should go first.
Yeah. I'm gonna turn toward Val and Jeane in the corner. I'm really worried about this. I don't know that I can. I'm gonna look to watch. I don't know that I can do it.
You're very surprising in the things you're capable of. Constantly outdo yourself. And if there's anyone who can fight imagination, it's you. You're
I
very
am
creative.
delusional. Oh,
Use
that's
it.
another word.
Use it.
Yes. Okay.
Use that. If you think it's solutions, use it. Just use it.
You've
Thanks.
already like physically fought yourself.
True.
So this is gonna be like a cake. You'll be totally fine.
Oh,
This is like the
you're
run back.
right.
This is like a run back, but you can
Yeah,
finally
yeah, you've
Round
already
two. Okay, I'm in. You
yeah,
sold me. You sold me.
yeah,
I'm in.
yeah.
I'm in. Okay.
you can fight yourself again.
Hate that bitch. Anyway,
bitch.
okay, I'll step up to the
pillars.
pillars, and she seems like, oh yeah, like this is gonna be fine, pretty cool about it, but her hands are shaking as she puts them on the pillars.
And as you put them on the pillars, that same anticipation feeling, that same kind of going over the top of a roller coaster, that butterflies in your stomach. And how does Rhea turn on the mech?
Rhea is, from watching Jeane and Val, and she's expecting it to be like her like mind palace of like how to access this space with the mech. She's expecting something really grandiose and dramatic, but it is just like black all around her. She can still see, like it's not like she cannot see, but it's like she's just in a really big black room, and her voice is like echoing, or her breath rather is like echoing, and she'll take a step forward, and the floor is like the surface of water, like it's rippling as she's kind of walking through this space. And as she like looks around, she'll like turn her head, and her neck like cracks, and she realizes it's because her horns are gone and her tail is gone. So the weight of, the extra 10 pounds she's used to on her head is not there. And she's just Rhea. She just is just as she was before they were sucked into all of this. And will think about when the Guardian asked her what is power without purpose, and she said useless, and it was the wrong answer. And she'll look at her hands in this now powerless body comparatively, and try to summon any flame. It's like how she feels when she casts Fulgur. She's trying to see if she can tap into that power even when she's back to the way that she was.
So as you're in this space, in this kind of, you walking on the water in this blackness, and you're trying to access your powers, and they're not coming. The flames are not arriving in your hands. And as you take in this space around you, the space that you have described she is in it fits a very similar description to a space Peter went to, the in-between.
Uh-oh.
And you begin to see, kind of coming out of the darkness, you see a figure walking your direction. They are tall, muscular, and multicolored black hair. You see Tiamat walking towards you. What do you do?
Is it I'll just ask, Is this real?
You asking her, or are you asking kind of me?
Tiamat. I'm asking
Tiamat.
Tiamat. I'll say out loud into the space. Is this real?
And you see, as you say that, it's almost like she's next to you the next moment. And she goes, real is subjective, really. This is quite an interesting machine you found. Very powerful. Oh, you could do
I'm gonna
anything
hold
with
up.
this. Nobody could stand against you in this. Nobody could stand against us in this.
I'm gonna hold up my end of the bargain.
Mhm.
And I need this to do it.
You want to feel what it would be like.
What would be like?
Power. True power.
Like you?
And she just smiles and nods.
I just want to start the machine.
See if you can handle it first. And you see there's this rush of fire that encases you. And the next thing you see, your perspective, which normally, you know, the ground is only a couple feet beneath you, you're now towering over a landscape. And you would see armies of foes like running towards you, massive, you know, enemies and machines and demons and things running towards you. What do you do?
I'm much bigger than them.
Yes,
Like Godzilla
significantly.
in scale.
Godzilla in scale, yeah.
Fuck yes. Do I recognize anything, right? I know what some of the armor in this place looks like. I know kind of what some of the people who might oppose me versus the people who are on my side.
So from your perspective, you can't make out details, but what
Sure.
you do feel is that they are in your way. They are against you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I Rhea is gonna lift up one of her Godzilla feet like she's gonna step on a bunch of them, but instead plant it behind herself and turn around. Is there something I am protecting against this army of people?
You turn around and you see scorched earth. You see footprints, and you would see a pathway of destruction leading to your current position.
Rhea thinks again to what the Guardian said. What is power without purpose? And it irked her that he said that useless was not the right answer because there is no other feeling to describe how she feels in this moment with all of the power and strength that she has coursing through her and only using it clearly to maim and destroy senselessly. She has never felt further from herself.
Okay.
And will, facing her path of destruction, just kind of kneel to the ground and look at her hands again and see if she can summon any of that magic, any of those flames, any of that fire that drove her to do any of that.
Okay. What are your highest stats?
Oh my gosh. Might and willpower.
Might and willpower. I need 3 might and willpowers. What are your dice sizes?
D8 and a D10.
All right. Then we're going to keep it the same. 9.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. I always have this horrible fear that like you're gonna fail because you picked the wrong dice. It's the dice goblin anxiety. Okay. 7 plus 4, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Mhm.
8 plus 4, 12. Okay. 2 plus 4 is 6. 8 plus 1 is 9.
Okay. What happens next?
She is hearing the hoofbeats of horses and the clanking of armor and the screaming of men behind her, but is trying to block all of it out just to focus on creating any kind of spark in her hands. And as soon as she does, this it's not hot in her hands. Instead, it's cold, and it is grounding her back to herself. And as this fire begins to burn in her hand, she is going to take a deep breath and on her exhale, push it into her chest. And not mechanically casting anything, but with the intention of removing the obstacle these people are facing.
Okay. And as you do this, your vision shifts and you see what were faceless hordes of enemies. You would see Val, you would see Jeane, you would see Peter, you'd see Atlas, you'd see Perry, you'd see all of these people, you'd see your friends back home. You would see these people with a look of concern but also welcome on their face as they all kind of stand there before the mech with their arms open. And you see now they weren't running at you with weapons, they were running at you with open arms. And back in real space, Rhea comes back into being as the mech flares to life.
She, right before was brought back to reality, opened her arms, and her partner was the first person that was the closest to her, and she was just about to embrace him before she was sucked back, just for fun. And she's gonna take her hands off the dial. I'm gonna puke. I'm gonna throw up and puke. I'm gonna puke.
You did it though.
There is a receptacle in the corner.
Thank you. She's gonna go over and
The ancient.
quietly spit up.
Hey,
Okay.
even ancient engineers needed garbage cans. All right.
Hey.
Do you join Val and Jeane in the
Bring it
corner?
in. Bring
I'm
it
just
in.
like carrying the. She's
Yeah,
just
bring your
gonna-
bucket. Bring your
Bring
bucket.
your bucket.
Thanks,
Okay.
guys.
You'll be fine.
Thanks,
Rubbing
guys.
the back. Rubbing the back.
It's like a group of drunk friends at the end of a
Peter,
night.
I got your hair.
As the three of you, as your three other friends are piled in the corner, you see Watch turns to face you and goes, "Next."
Oh, we're not done. Yeah, huh? All right. I'll
It's
go.
not that bad.
Oh, that's it. Just get it all out. That's it.
Sorry.
feeling
Get it all
feeling
out.
good about
Great.
this.
You're gonna do great. You're gonna do so good.
Okay, I'm gonna, I don't know, put my hands on the thing. Last time I did this, it went really well though.
Girl, knock on wood.
And you feel that same kind of anticipation.
Yeah.
But you feel like, unlike the others, where it was kind of this empty pathway.
I want it to be like the others. Can I have the
you-
normal? Can I have a normal one?
You feel hunger.
Okay.
And how does Peter turn on the mech?
Okay. I think that the world kind of shifts. And for Peter, it looks like, like in an old boss battle, like in like a Nintendo game, and there was just like random stuff floating in the sky. She's standing on like a big clock in the middle of it with other little clocks floating around in the void, and she can hear the loud ticking of the clock. I guess kind of like Jeane, but in this way, it's more like, it feels more like a countdown than a metronome. And Peter's in like a little white nightgown on the clock, and has this urge to like desperately pull its strings. Like there is a piece of the weave here that I need to connect to something. I need to find it very quickly. She feels that pressure to do this one right.
And as you're reaching, as you're trying to figure out where to go, you realize you can fill this entire space. You can reach anything in this entire space. This space, you can see slowly anything you want comes to you. And sorry, go ahead. Do you have something?
No.
Okay. And your want and your need for control begins to overwhelm the space. And in real space, you would see, extending from Peter's hands, you would see these black tendrils crawling down the pillars and crawling from the pillars into the core and begin to twist into the core and around the core. And Peter, you feel in control.
Mm-hmm.
And you feel you can will this space to do whatever you wish it to do. What is that?
I mean, I think the first instinct is to lean into it.
Mm-hmm.
The job is to, I don't know what everyone else felt while they were in there. Maybe it is like a natural, we all have magic in us. It's a natural pull, a natural control. You feel it when you're in there. We're part of this world. We have magic in us. Maybe there's something in there that feels like that. But after searching and pulling for those strings, those little bits of the weave, I think Peter can recognize that power isn't from them. Like that need for control. It's not part of the magic. It's something else that's in Peter, that's reaching out. So I feel like there's hesitation in taking what I can from the world. I'd rather find the right one, find the right moment, than try to grab at everything.
Okay. And back in real space, you would all now see tendrils making its way towards the three of you, as these tendrils seem to extend from Peter's back, her shoulders, like it seems like it's almost like she's spider webbing in this place. As you see it spreading, and Watch is kind of buzzing around going, what is happening?
Peter?
Peter? Pete?
Can I hear him?
As we flash back into real space, or into the in-between space, not the in-between, you know what I mean, ephemeral space. And you recognize that you have the power to take this for your own, to control this for your own. And you said you also realize that power is not coming from you.
Mm-hmm.
To claim control over that power, we're going to do some rolls. To claim control over the thing that's not coming from you. So what are your highest stats?
It's gonna be insight at a D12, and then willpower at a D10.
Willpower and D10 and a D12. Okay, so we're gonna look for a 10. We're gonna look for a 10. You need 3 10s to claim control over this.
Okay. I was picking my dice while Rhea was going because I was too nervous that I picked the wrong ones, like you said. 17. Oh, that's a 16. And that one's a 10.
10. And you would see, as you're on this clock, you're reaching, you'd see like forming in front of you is, it looks like you. It moves like you. It has the same facial features, the same clothing, but you can see it's made out of this writhing blackness. And it has this kind of very deep, very wicked smile on its face that extends a little bit too far. But you now feel kind of deep in this connected space that this thing that has been writhing its way through your body for weeks now and has been causing you all sorts of issues. And you feel in this moment that you have control. So what happens?
Peter's gonna reach towards the other Peter. And Peter feels sad about this. It just feels like this is who Peter is now, but it's also not a part of Peter, you know? Peter reaches out and puts a hand on the other Peter's face, and says, I'm sorry that I can't do more for you, but gonna do what I have to. And then pulls at the weave, reaches the hand through other Peter and pulls at that tendril of the weave.
Yeah. You pull at that tendril and you see the kind of wicked smile that other Peter was wearing kind of turned into soft understanding, I think, as far as the expression goes, as you pull and you see that other Peter gets pulled towards you. And it's not like an attack. It's not like an infection. It's pulled into you as if you're claiming it, as the space lights up with that kind of mosaic-like energy, that kind of stained glass-like energy. And you, in the real space, as these tendrils are reaching over you, like beginning to grab at you, the space is filled with this mosaic-like light that not burns them away, but kind of encompasses them as all of it is strained back and pulled back into Peter as the mech turns on. And Peter, you are back in real space.
Oh, you guys weren't joking, huh?
Are you okay? What was that?
You're gonna turn around and we're all like pressed up against the wall. It's like,
Are you guys? I did it. Guys, it wasn't even that bad. You were right.
yep.
Unorthodox, but you pass.
What was okay?
Watch turns to the group.
We're gonna like peel off the wall and just like stretch a little bit.
No big.
Guys, let's just say I ate with that.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
I did.
You almost ate us.
Yep.
It did look
Huh?
like you were consuming things. This is true.
What do you?
That we can talk about it later.
Talk about it later. It's fine. Talk about it later.
We'll talk about it later.
All right, everyone's
Yeah,
good
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Great. We got it, Mike.
We
got
did
it back.
it.
We got it back.
Okay.
Congratulations. You have proved yourselves worthy of piloting the Colossus. Do you require it now?
No.
No,
Can we put it on the ship?
It would be way too big for the ship.
Okay,
Way
I
too
couldn't.
efficient.
I'm bad at math.
Like
I didn't make this ship.
think like Boeing 747.
Now that you
maybe
say it, I'm
smaller,
like, obviously it's too
for,
big.
for the jet
Will
versus
this
a
Jaeger
Jaeger.
fit in the
Like,
airplane?
Can I
is
fit it in the back of my
carry-on
Honda
or is
Civic?
it check
or-
bag?
Carry over the check.
It's gonna fit my weight allowance.
It might be over.
Oh,
Just a
buddy.
little.
Oh my god.
We are. Yeah, you know what? I do want to bring it along.
And just like walk in it? Like you're gonna like drive
Where's it gonna go?
Also, like people are gonna see it and they're gonna know we have it.
You know who that's a symbol? That is a target saying, "Come get me, buddy."
At least the ship can go fast
Well,
away from the threat.
And you see Watch goes, well, if you storage or stealth is an issue, you may, and you see he floats over to kind of one of the terminals, and you see a little kind of wire comes out from him and plugs into the terminal, and you would see a hatchway open up, and it reveals what looks like 4 rings appear. They're the kind of the same metal that Watch and the Colossus is made out of. And he kind of extends the beam from his face that makes them float, kind of brings them over to you, and he goes, "You may wear these, and when you wish it, you may summon the Colossus, and it shall find you."
And it's how fast can it get to us when it does get to us?
It is a teleportation system, so it shall arrive quite quickly.
That's magic finds a way. As complicated as it is, and as chaotic as it can be, I just love it so much. It's
pretty great. This
And
is
like-
so cool.
He looks over the group and he's like, I've got my opening gambit now. I know how to get us into the door. I know how to make the speech.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
that'd be yeah.
Jeane.
No, I'm in.
Yep.
Wait, I have
Oh,
What if we summon it and somebody's inside of it?
You mean
Then
if
just-
it was being piloted?
Yeah.
If it is being piloted, it cannot be summoned.
Okay, cool. Just checking.
Good to
Want to
know.
make sure I wouldn't hurt somebody if I tried to summon it with someone in there.
It just gets combined in the wrong way.
It shall be summoned dormant, and then you must go inside, which
Cool.
the ring will assist you with as well.
Fantastic. Wonderful.
Sounds sweet.
Watch. Thank
Yes.
you for all of your help.
No problem. It is my function.
Yeah.
Well-
do you want to come? I mean, this is your master's work.
Oh, I will be in here when you summon it.
Oh, we're fantastic.
Nice.
Oh,
great,
that's
awesome.
what. Oh, this keeps getting better. Oh my God, we're going
Like
to
Alexa.
Look at like Alexa.
Is Alexa another mechanical being responsible for a giant colossus?
Depending on how you frame it, yeah.
Technically, yes. Technically,
Kind
yes.
of, yeah.
That kind of works.
And the way things are going in the world back at home, I get there
Ah.
one day.
You have need for colossi as well in your world.
Oh, in some
Yeah.
places, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
100%.
we do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
mhm. That's for another time. Time to get going. Oh, so
Okay. All
we got a
right.
robot. We got a robot. Got it. And it only took 30 minutes. This is the best.
It took
ever.
30
You,
minutes.
you see, it's like 3 hours later. You're like, oh, okay.
3 hours later. Like, oh,
Do
Well,
you
cool.
yes. Me or
do we need to sleep or eat right now, gang? How are we feeling?
This would be a really safe place to sleep and eat.
That's what I was thinking, if we want to rest and then go tomorrow.
Are there other places to sleep in here? Watch.
Well, there probably is in the plane.
I
You-
can attempt to
Wait,
find.
what am I talking about? Wait, belay that I saw. We have a magical ship that has magical space in it. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? If you want to come, you can come watch and see my ship. Like I said, I'm an engineer, and I think I'm pretty proud of this thing I built. So you can see.
Yes.
what
I
the
can do
future
this.
has built since then. You know,
Mm.
stretch your legs, as they say. You
I
don't
have no
them.
legs.
Yeah, stretch those thrusters.
Stretch your eyelid.
Let's go,
And
head
just
back to the-
pitters along with you.
Yeah.
And you make it back to your ship. And Watch floats up the ramp with you and it goes, this is quite interesting. You used something to extend the space within the ship.
Yes.
Very interesting. We use
But-
this on our homeworld to keep space, so that we did not interrupt nature as the civilization expanded.
That is a very smart
That's-
usage of the technology.
Yes, it was quite nice before the Voidwalkers came.
Mm.
Mhm.
Hopefully they don't come again anytime soon.
Fucking
That's
sick,
next
dude.
That's
Glad
next
you
season.
said that.
That's next season, baby. Foreshadowing.
Whoa.
Oh,
Dude.
What do y'all get up to?
as we're walking out of the
The mountain.
yeah, up the mountain.
The
As we're
mountain.
walking out of the mountain, I'm gonna just put my hands on Jeane's shoulders and like just kind of jump up and down, like, you got a fucking Jaeger, you got a fucking Jaeger.
Jumping, all excited.
Just give him some hype.
Oh, they were return it. And we will head off to our next destination.
I think I have a call I have to make.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, we need to talk about that.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling great about that. I feel good physically.
Right.
I didn't know it was like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that looking at actually seeing it. Yeah.
Some more information as well for you. When you were kind of doing the thing with the ship,
Yeah.
you kind of put out some feelers. You were kind of looking a little hungry with little black tendrils.
Yeah, it was real
coming
venom.
at ya.
It was real symbiote like. It was real like we're coming
like
to get
venom.
you. Yeah, coming to
So,
chomp you.
how would you rate your hunger right now? Just
Yeah,
Just
how hungry am I?
Non-existent.
curiosity.
Oh, yeah. Then I'm feeling really good. The last time I ate, I guess it hit the spot.
Okay.
Wait, like,
I
you're
just-
not
I just
hungry at
wanted to
all?
check.
No. Which
Is weird.
yeah, it has been like 5 days
Mhm.
since I last ate. So yeah.
Mm,
Do you think maybe it's the my
Yeah.
guys?
I mean, how did you?
yeah. Do you
Do you
get
think them
sustenance from
eating-
them? Do
Uh,
they like
Get-
fuel you?
I'm gonna.
You know what?
While
I
they're
can
having this
ask-
conversation, I'm gonna go over to watch. Really.
Hello.
As hey, you do diagnostics of things, right? Of the
Yes.
are there any foreign contaminants in the machine?
Which machine?
The big one.
The Colossus?
Yes.
Initially, when Peter Morgan connected to it, there was.
And no, so it's but no longer.
No.
So it's not in the machine.
I'm scared that could have been a possibility.
That's why I asked. I was want to make
Okay.
sure.
Cool.
So, yeah,
Were you feeling
something other strange? I don't know.
were you feeling hungry before you tapped into the Colossus?
I was.
Yes.
So then it probably isn't that you're getting it from your people, right? Because the
Yeah.
catalyst for you not feeling hungry was the Colossus. So
Did I
I mean, did you eat some weave? Did
I eat weave?
you eat some magic?
is your mouth dry?
I'm actually super hungry right now. Not for blood, but like a potato chip. That'd be
Yeah.
sorry, that's a
Some
joke.
fries.
Fries would be really
Yes.
good.
Mm, God.
Yeah.
I think there might be a kitchen in here somewhere. We gotta look.
um yeah,
Should make that
I'm
call. Should make that call.
yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go look for the kitchen.
Yeah. We'll be here when you're back.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
I'll
gonna
hang out
try
with
to
Peter.
thanks.
If it's
in
okay, I'll
case
hang out with you.
the
I gotcha. I gotcha.
yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna give a ring a ding ding to the Drowned King.
to Zerathar.
Deliberate.
Yeah.
So yeah, you reach out to him, and once again you're in that kind of bar space that you've met in numerous times,
saloon.
the saloon. And there he is once again at the bar. And he spins on his chair to face you and goes, "Yes, Peter.
Hey, how you been?
Um, good. I suppose. Feeling a little ill today for some reason, but good.
Oh, is that normal or
No, we don't get sick. Trying to determine what the source of it was.
that's crazy? Have you have you been liking the army I built? I'm working on it. Trying to keep it on the DL a little, but like
it could be expanding and preferably expanding exponentially, but I understand your morals and need for constraint.
do you have like a headache?
So Peter, you have a kindred connection with the Drowned King, right?
Yeah.
And so it's this kind of hive mind connection. So you can feel what he feels, and it every time you've encountered him before, he has been this wellspring of kind of strength. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And in this current moment, he's it's not that he's like pathetic and weak, but you can feel he's dwindled a bit. You know what I mean? That like level of strength is weaker.
And I'm feeling great.
You're feeling in control, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's like a moral thing, but then also, we don't want Valerian to be like, oh my god, a big army's being built right now. So
I mean, we have what, less than 2 weeks, so might be prudent to get on it. Which if you won't, I probably will.
I can get on that. No, herd chef. I will cook up a bigger army for you. You get some bed rest.
You can feel he's now, like before he was just kind of speaking with you, but now just like you can sense him, you can feel he's pressing and sensing you. What did you do?
What happened is me and Val were in the elevator and Val was like, fight somebody.
Peter. What did you do?
Can I wake up? Can I wake up?
Are you ending the call?
I'm gonna end the call. I want to wake up.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I know what's up. He doesn't have to know what's up.
So, like the feeling of somebody's walking behind you on the street, like within like 16 feet. That's the feeling you get after you've ended the call. Like you can feel he's near. Not maybe in the physical sense, but you can feel he's
hanging out. He's
hanging out. Yeah.
I'm gonna really quick hang up my grimoire. I'm gonna close my grimoire.
Yeah.
And I get to ask Godman a question. Why is the Drowned King sick? In detail, please. Thank you.
Okay. The infection derives its strength. No, here, let me go back a little bit. The carrier of it and of the infection derives its strength from the fact from it multiplying like a virus. Right? The Drowned King is one virus, right? Which you were a part of. A very big part of. A new virus has been introduced into the system.
The Peter system?
I'm using it as a metaphor. Godman's using this as a metaphor.
Okay, sweet. Thanks, God.
If the Drowned King was a virus within a system, right?
Yeah.
A mutation has occurred.
Yeah. Okay.
That is no longer feeding the original infection.
Okay.
That was detailed. Still vague, but detailed.
I mean,
I'll take it. I
pretty-
wouldn't have got that from the Drowned King, so I'll take it.
You
Okay.
know, it's bad. Screams at you, I guess.
Hey, Rhea.
Yeah, what's up? How did it go? How did it go?
I'm sorry. Haley wants to say he's right behind me, isn't he?
Right behind me, isn't he?
Well, he's not feeling well. And it feels like it's my fault. So he got a little angry. And then I left.
Why is it your fault? He's like a bad guy, so it's good that he's not feeling good.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with that. But I don't want to. I don't know how much it feels like he's here. I feel like I don't want to tell you everything.
The feeling of
Sure.
him being there isn't so much like he's watching.
Okay.
It's like if in nature, where there are two apex predators,
Uh-huh.
you feel towards him and he towards you as if you are competition now.
I was prey, and now I'm also.
You were part of his pack. Now
Uh-oh.
yeah.
You were like this, and then
Uh-huh.
suddenly you went like that.
Yeah,
Suddenly
now
you
you're
were
like now
that.
you're like that.
Yeah, so you
You are now a competitor.
Yeah.
Okay, Peter. Damn. Okay.
Yeah. If I don't know it. Yeah, he's worried about me, not in a sad way, but in a threatened way. I don't know if I want the Drowned King to feel threatened necessarily.
Why
That
not?
wasn't I don't want to fight him too right now.
Sure. Yeah, right. But I think if your Rhea is thinking of the moment where Tiamat was like, "Do you want to know what power feels like?"
Yeah.
Let me choose my words carefully. If you are at equal footing with him now, once we start shooting the shit and we get stronger, you're top dog.
Ray, can I be honest with you about something?
Please. Yes.
It's something I've been going back and forth about the last like 2 days. I think I'm gonna build the army. I'm gonna let him go. Crazy. And then I'm gonna kill the Drowned King. And I'm gonna bless his blood. And I'm gonna cure everybody. And it's not a I don't know.
Go ahead.
I don't know if it's like I'm asking your advice sort of thing. I feel like I just am gonna tell you that I'm gonna do that.
If you think it's the right call, I trust you. If I
Yeah.
may,
Go. Yeah.
do you think this is the choice you made in the past?
I've been worried about that. In my letter to myself, it did say that growing the army is something that I'm going to need to do. I thought I could do it a little bit, but I
Sure.
think I should just let it happen. If the Drowned King's feeling weak, you know,
Mm-hmm.
it's something that can be cured and fixed.
My only fear, and I know you're not asking permission, do what you think is right. I trust you. If you are equal to or stronger than the Drowned King and you created them, will the Drowned King's blood work?
It should be, you know, the highest ranking one. Technically, he still did it. Like he was the originator of
Okay.
the
Yeah.
infection. So it's
Yeah,
just,
that makes sense.
in theory, I guess. I don't know if this has happened in the past, so we'd have to find out. But
Sure.
you know, I guess my only concern, I am the people in the army might die. And those are people that I would hope to turn back.
Right.
I'm
There are
making
going to
them fight.
be a lot of losses. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
do we want them to be, I guess, it feels really bad to talk about it like this, but do
I
we
know.
want them to be civilians, or do we want them to be people with additional powers who can help themselves
Defend
and fight
themselves
back?
better. Mm-hmm.
But we're making a choice for other people. But hey, if I fuck it up really bad, I'll do it again. Right? Not ideal.
But we'll do it again
We'll do it again.
if we have to.
And I don't want to I don't want to have to do it again. But I feel like this might be the right call.
I think too, we know he has a marching army of people, of soldiers.
Mhm.
So I do think it's the right call. Again, I know you're not asking for advice, but if you
No,
were, I would tell you you're doing the right thing. I think that's the right choice. I
And
think
the Drowned King did say he'd start turning more people, and I'd rather it be under, my
your
call
rule.
than
Yeah.
somebody else's. My rule. Don't say that.
Well, but it just
I mean,
just
I
in the
guess it's
sense of-
true.
Yeah. Well, and it's also like you can't turn the people that he turns. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think you're doing the right thing, Peter. I really do. And I do think that you should tell the others first before well, maybe not like tomorrow, but before we get there, just
Yep.
so they aren't surprised by a zombie horde fighting for us,
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'll
Peter,
have to tell everyone. Yeah. Yeah.
thank you for bearing the weight of this.
No problem. I'm happy to. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mm.
Can I do anything for you? Do you need anything?
No. I think it's been hard knowing I've had to make these choices again and again and again, and I keep getting it wrong. I know you guys, I don't want to take away your guys' agency, but there's part of it that feels like I did it wrong every time, and I'm going to get it right this time.
We're in this. We are all in this. And I think we all bear responsibility if we don't
Mhm.
finish the job,
Yeah.
Yeah. But anything you need, you just let me know, okay?
You let me know too if you need. Are you good?
Yeah.
Was your brain space thing good? Was it? Did you struggle with it?
I mean, yes, but it was less. I already knew the answer, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't. Maybe it was hard, but I knew. Um, so it was a good reminder, you know?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I totally understand. I care about you guys a lot.
We care about you a lot, Peter.
Okay.
Do you want to go see if they found the kitchen?
Yes. I would love the kitchen.
Let's roll.
As
Autobots.
as you two head off, Val, where are you?
I went with Jeane.
You went with Jeane? Okay. As the two of you are heading towards the kitchen, Val, the hallway begins to kind of waver and begins to kind of shimmer and then begin to fade to black as this blackness overtakes your eyes. And you turn to look for Jeane, and you'd see a very familiar, very handsome, not so nice deity next to you. You would see Malavar. And he would kind of be like doing exactly what I'm doing, look at his fingernails, and he goes, "You don't write, you don't call, you show up to the forest, and you don't even say hello. What, you don't like the abilities I've granted you?"
Uh, uh, it was the one ability, but I didn't know you
Isn't that
were I didn't
enough?
know you were
Would you like
there.
more? That's what I
No,
like to hear. Greed is
I'm
good.
good, thanks. You I didn't know you were there. I thought you were in Hearth.
Oh, I'm all over the place, but um, are you satisfied with the ability?
Mm-hmm.
Are you
Yep.
sure?
Yep.
You might need more in the coming weeks. Week, I should say. Your boyfriend especially does right now.
Well, are you gonna share?
Oh, yes, of course. Um, and you would see he would kind of gesture forwards, and you'd see that black space is kind of filled with kind of this nebulous white energy that then begins to take shape, and you would see a beach, like a tropical beach. You'd see, like, water wading in, dark sky, and you would see on his knees, breathing heavy, his clothes torn and tattered, blood on the ground beneath him. You would see Rin. And you'd see him struggling to get to his feet. And you'd see slowly making their way down the beach is Valerian, closing the distance between the two of them. You can't hear any of the words, but you hear Valerian speaking to Rin. And you see Rin is struggling. You see his book is just out of his reach, and he's trying to reach for his book and the gifts you've given him, as his belongings have been kind of scattered as he's reaching for it. Do you want to help him?
What do you want?
What do I want? What do I
What do you
want?
want?
Such a great question. Well, I mean, I overheard the conversation with Tiamat, with old Grumpy Pants herself in the woods, and I want in.
Okay, so you want out of here.
Oh yes, when you all escape, I want to go with.
Okay. Sure. Whatever. Yeah.
Excellent. Extends his hand. Valerian's closing the distance.
She like closes her eyes so she can't see as she puts out her hand. And
as you shake his hand. Since your eyes are closed, you wouldn't see it. But for a moment, you see a ring appears like on the back of your palm that has 7 smaller rings on it as it kind of appears on your hand for a moment. And you would open your eyes and you would see Rin is no longer on the beach. And you'd see Valerian looking very confused. And then that vision fades. And as your vision comes back to you, as you're walking with Jeane through the hallways of the ship, you would hear Malavar's voice one more time say, I would get that healing ready. And you are back into the real space.
Like, it's got to be around this corner. It can't not be like, it's got to be around. I gotta like get a map around here. So I gotta.
I hope there's an air fryer. And she's gonna turn around and run towards the entrance of the
Now,
of the ship.
I've known Rhea for quite some time. I know panic when I hear it,
Yeah.
regardless.
Yeah.
Was it like pure panic in your voice, Val?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's an immediate, like, kitchen can wait immediately. My best friends, something's happened.
Okay.
We were talking normally, and then they just turned around and ran.
Do you chase after them?
Yes.
As the two of you run, you're following Val, you're running to the entrance. You see floating from the entrance is Watch, and Watch goes, someone has arrived, and they look to be injured. And kind of turns. You see at the bottom of the ramp, there's Rin unmoving at the bottom of the ramp.
I'm gonna sprint down. Is Rin? She's like turning his face.
As you turn him over, you see he's pockmarked with wounds and cuts. And what I'll say is they don't look like cuts from claws. They look like cuts from blades across him. It looks like he's scorched by, like he got burned, he got shocked, whatever it may be, and cut up. He is presently unconscious. Breathing pretty raggedly, softly.
Okay. I'm going to use an ability I haven't used yet. I'm gonna use 40 mind points to use hope.
Oh,
what an app name.
They a defeated hero, I can bring them back up to consciousness, and they recover hit points equal to their crisis score.
Okay, yeah.
That's sick.
What does this look like when you do this?
It looks like it's so the difference between like a white light and a warm light. This is a warm light. But it's almost like there's threads of like multicolored, almost like aurora kind of like waves within it. As it like comes, like all of her tattoos start to glow with this energy, and it starts to then flow down onto Rin, going over all of the cuts as they like are slowly knitting back together.
Okay. And you see his wounds begin to close up as his eyes kind of flutter back open, and kind of sits up almost kind of defensively, and then seeing your face, and he goes, Val?
Yeah.
How did I get here?
You're okay. We got you back. You're okay.
And he just wraps his arms around you.
She like holds the back of his head and like puts their heads together. He found you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It caught me talking to my mom.
Yeah.
I lost my temper first, I'll say. How did you get here? How did I? This isn't the. Where am I?
You came to us. You came to
And-
us.
And you see he takes a thumb and kind of wipes some of the tears, and he goes, "Thank you."
Yeah.
And just
Of
gently
course.
plants a kiss on your lips. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad you're here.
Glad I am too. I didn't think I'd get out of there. I think I left my book. I left my stuff you gave me. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. It's stuff. Stuff can be replaced.
Oh. How did you bring me here?
I shook a god's hand.
Okay. It's a later problem, right? It's not something we have to deal with now.
No. No, that's a future problem. And I'll deal with it.
And you see he kind of squeezes your hands. We'll deal with it. Ooh. Oh,
Okay, let's you're not fully better, but it's enough for now. Here, let's get you inside.
and he kind of leans on you as you pick him up. And where do you take him?
The closest, comfiest surface where he can like chill.
Jeane, where's the closest comfy surface?
I will remark, because of how the ship works, if you're thinking about the space will be made.
Okay. So maybe a little like entryway with benches and stuff appears. Where you can sit. And Jeane, you would see the kind of same images. And I think Rhea and Peter, you were also looking for the kitchen, and you probably sensed the commotion as Val you help Rin over to one of these benches, and watch kind of floats next to Jeane. Oh, this is new.
Means we've both been busy.
How did you get here?
And he just kind of looks and smiles at Val.
Val, how'd you get Rin here?
Good to see you. Glad you're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So remember what Tiamat wanted?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dragon goddess?
Yeah. Malavar wants in. So
Didn't we not like that
yeah.
guy?
I
Oh.
fucking hate that guy. And I'll tell him that next time I see him.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
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 I do not like him. So he's coming with us?
Like off world, like he just wants to
Mm.
get out of here.
I want him to get out of here too.
Yeah.
What was the exact wording that he used?
Yes, that was the question I was going to ask.
Val's like, you know, he he wanted off world. Yeah, he just doesn't want to be here. He wants to go. I was under pressure, okay? Like,
No, it's a
I
good
was
decision.
watching
It's a good
Valerian
decision.
walk towards Rin, so I just
What?
He was probably
I've
gonna kill
made-
me.
He
But-
was going to kill you. I could see
Where
it in
was
his
your
eyes.
mom?
My mom, my dad. Okay, so I was talking to my mom, and
Right.
I convinced my mom to at least understand that dad's losing it. And I think she really gets it now, because when he came home and he saw and he freaked out, he bound her, and then he attacked me. And so I think she's really on our side now. Hopefully she can get out of whatever he did.
Wait, when you say bound, do you mean like bound like when we found bound?
like wrapped her in magical chains. So she's not like she's sealed away, just stopped her because mom went, you know, well, it's quite a sight to see when mom gets,
Right.
Yeah.
it's a little woof, 12-foot tall
Wolf.
wolf,
Oof. Huh. Sorry,
uh,
it's not fun.
and so then I got mad that he did that, and so then we started to kind of go at it, but I can't stand up to him by myself. So he pretty handedly kind of handed me my ass. But hey, mission accomplished. And then I was here. And as he looks over to Val.
I'm just glad you're okay.
There might be a snag though. He has my book.
Yeah,
Ooh.
you've never really fully explained that. I'm gonna be honest.
Do you guys have like fortune tellers where you're from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They don't really
It's
work,
it's
but
it's kind of how I'd see, into the possibilities, into the futures and stuff like that.
Right.
uh-huh.
And if he has that, it
You
means
can see
he has to figure it out first, but knowing him, he will. So that could be a problem.
But then he can only see all possible futures, right?
Right. But with a mind like his, um, it's possible he could figure out which ones are most likely, which ones are least likely. But that's fine. That's fine. Like, I mean, it's you guys have, you got to deal with Tiamat, Malavar, the Drowned King. It's just another thing. No worries. Right?
right.
No worries. Right.
And something tells me he might have gotten your book a few times.
Huh?
Oh yeah.
What?
We've recently learned that Pete here has kind of been resetting time at least 5 times. 5 times was the number.
5 times we're on round
6.
6.
Yeah.
Like just slowing time and stuff or whatever?
No.
No, like all the way back. Like a full reset. To back where
Yeah.
the Jinn, I made the deal with Jinn. That's when I've been trying it again.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Oh. Looks to Val. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have been extremely unsuccessful in the past. Not to, bring down the mood more, but
Well, we've got different plans this time around.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of different plans, I've made the decision to grow the Drown army.
Oh.
A lot of factors went into it. I just want everyone to know that's going to happen. So yeah.
How did he take the news?
Ooh. Oh, the Drown King.
Yeah. I'm sure you told him.
Oh,
Right?
I also
Is that what you were chatting about?
yeah, kind of. Well, when I got there, he was sick.
He can get sick?
Apparently. And basically I'm becoming a threat to him, which pros and cons to that.
Wait, how are you becoming a threat to him?
I asked Godman about it.
Mm-hmm.
Godman says that like I'm basically there, or I guess I don't know if I'm a mutation, but there is a mutation that's making him weaker.
I'm just gonna throw a hypothesis out there. Does this have to do with you and the robot? And when you did your thing to get the robot on, you did
That's
something?
when I wasn't hungry anymore. So
You're not
I'm gonna.
hungry anymore?
Oh, yeah, I'm not hungry anymore. And, the mutation. So, yes, I guess. Drown King not taking it well. He said he built his own army. So I decided it's best if I'm in control of the army. I'm going to build it. And then, hopefully, ideally, I can cure everyone
How did he take
after we're done.
no longer being in control of you?
Oh, I left the conversation before he got upset. So,
Like mid-call? Wait a minute, mid-call?
Oh, yeah.
That's not going to bite us in the ass at all anytime before.
I mean, I've left conversations before and it seems okay.
Like, there's a difference between Irish goodbyes and leaving your eldritch being God on
red.
On red.
I guess that's true, but cross that bridge when we get there.
Yeah. Don't borrow.
Maybe I'm a nervous person. He
problems.
should know that.
Our bridges
yeah.
are all on fire. That's why we're flying.
You see, Rin is just like looking at Val, like, what the fuck happened while I was gone?
We've been busy.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a giant robot. It's fun.
Yeah, Jeane built this and got a giant robot. So you know what? We've had some wins.
Dragon.
I feel like-
Oh, you were there for that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we've been
Dragon-
winning.
Yeah.
I think it's just W's right
Yeah,
now.
so
Great
far.
dubs, dude.
And Peter's like, it's just been W's. The camera begins to pull back.
No.
Oh God!
No. Alec, no.
My
Let us
God.
continue our dubs. Don't take them away.
The camera
Stick
begins
to our dubs.
begins to pull back and outside because I don't think you left the Whispering Mountains. It pulls out of the ship
No.
and then down the mountain and across kind of the nation of six into Barovia, back into that techno vampire city. And we see a dark warehouse. And we see the lights begin to kind of come on. And we see all of these shifting shapes within this warehouse. All of these infected within this large warehouse. And we see Zarathar walking in through the front. And he says, boys, we're going on a hunt. As they all rush out the door. And that is where we're going to stop for tonight.
Oh no, he's gonna kill your forces. No.
That's so fucked up.
That's so
Thank
You
you
gotta
all.
tell your bitches to lock in.
I'm telling them to lock in.
Lock in, prepare for war.
Thank you all so much for joining us for episode 24
This
of Echoes of
was-
Legacy. I have been your game master, Alec Bachman. I'm going to throw it off to my lovely players to say goodbye. Why don't we start with Steph?
That's me. I'm Steph. You can find me anywhere you get your social medias at Equinoxdice. And right now I still have a Kickstarter going for a in-studio actual play that I am in that is a masks game. It is very great. I play basically the exact opposite of Val. It's very, very fun, very good time. Yeah, you can find that at sidekicked.show. So yeah. I'll pass it off to Betty.
Hi, my name is Betty. I am BettyTheBeholder on TikTok and Instagram, and I played Rhea today. And I don't have anything to shout out. Thanks, guys. Christian, please save me from this.
Hey everybody, hi. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? Got a big robot. Hi, my name is Christian, aka AFluffyGoomba, all over the internets. I am a TTRPG performer, educator, and event coordinator here in the space. God, just when we got a cool dub, Alec decides, you know what? Time for a civil war. It's for a civil war.
It's getting too chummy around here.
Get too chummy. You guys are getting too happy.
You guys are having it too easy.
Hey, but I got it. Like I said, I got a giant robot out the deal, so I'm peachy. I'm great. Hey, Haley, why don't you cap this off?
Hi, I'm Haley. I play Peter. Sorry. Maybe I should have stayed on the call. It's fine. We'll deal with our
Fine.
problems now. All right. That's it. Oh, I'm HailieRosie on things too sometimes.
Everybody,
That's all.
everybody went. Everybody can say goodbye. All right.
Mhm.
All right. Perfect. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. We'll see y'all next time. Bye.